There's a new color palette for Walt Disney World road signs. This means that the purple, red, and yellow signs are going away to be replaced by colors more reminiscent of the 50th anniversary design palette, which is on display at the Transportation and Ticket Center and the new gateway entrances. Well, as to be expected, debate among Disney fans ensued, with some liking this change due to hating the purple, red, and yellow, and vice versa. And to give you guys a little background, the purple, red, and yellow signs have been around since the 90s. And I do remember us talking about this, the history of the color choice, on some previous show. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember Danny talking about Deborah Sussman and her company, Sussman and Prager and Company, who Disney recognized from their work on the '84 Olympics. In 1989, Disney had reached out to Sussman's company to create a traffic sign design for their growing property. And as you might remember, there was like a significant amount of growth in Walt Disney World at the time, which was during Iser's reign.
Thank you, right? Michael.
Yeah. So the company chose purple, red, and yellow colors to be reminiscent of Mickey Mouse, so that the signage is, and I quote, unique in spirit, clean, easy to follow, and capable of being expanded. So if you were born and grew up during the time of the purple, red, and yellow signs, you are probably freaking out about this change, much like Saints fans who grew up with Sean Payton as the head coach. And if you don't know what I mean by that, recently Sean Payton just left the Saints and retired from the National Football League after 16 years. So if you're maybe in college, a little after college, or just finishing high school, that's all you knew. That's all you knew.
Yeah.
Same thing with the purple, red, and yellow signs. Exact same thing. If you're born in that area, you grew up with it, that's all you knew.
Mm-hmm.
As you can imagine, us, Danny, Eli, Lee, I are much older than those purple, red, and yellow signs, and probably have some thoughts about this, guys. What say you?
Well, should we go from the oldest on and let Lee go first?
Oh, we could do that. Lee, what say you, man? On these,
I'm canceling my trip in March. I can't believe this. They took away my purple signs. What would Walt think? I cannot believe this is happening right now. Oh my God. This is terrible.
The injustice.
Let it out, man. Let it out. No, you're among friends. Go.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, like, people are upset about this? Like, I have not researched this thoroughly enough to realize that this is a big deal, that they're changing colors on a sign.
Well, Disney fans, they're going to complain about pretty much changes.
Crazy.
Well, but I think it's kind of indicative of the world we live in, where there's only two reactions. I'm love this, or I'm upset by it. It can't just be I'm bummed. Man, that kind of sucks. I love those signs.
It can't be bummed because that doesn't have the same amount of fuel and word power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to affect my enjoyment of it one iota, except that, that was like one of the very first visual cues. Like, I'm in Disney. Look at this. Even the road signs are different and cartoony and cheerful and fun.
It was definitely noticeable.
Yeah,
yes.
They stood out. Whereas the new ones, they're a slight bit more elegant,
subdued.
Yeah, but a little
more classy,
straightforward though.
A little lackluster, a little generic.
Yes.
I would say. I mean, they just don't convey the sense of fun that the other ones do. It's a little. It's kind of like most things, actually, I would say, at Disney right now, where it's like you're changing things that had character and life and charm and replacing them with things that maybe aren't getting as good of a reaction.
That's totally fair.
What do you think, E?
Yeah, you know what? I thought about this one, and I was like, I never understood why they never put any sort of graphic on the side. Because then that way it wouldn't have made a difference in the world what color it had changed it to. Because you would be like, oh, that's Mickey right there. I know where I'm at.
Well, they used to do that. Like, they used to have like a Mickey sticking out
of the when you
from behind the sign.
Yeah, you only see his eyes, like Kilroy kind of
exactly.
Thing, has hands above. Yeah,
and then for the signs, like with like arrows and stuff like that, they would have Mickey ears with one of the arrows pointing to go this way or that way or wherever. So they did at one point.
I was going to say they used to have this thing.
I mean, I can't sit here and tell you because I'm not like Kevin. You drive the property, so you probably a little bit more familiar with this. But I remember seeing them clear as day.
Yeah, is there something that's still around? Did you remember last time you've driven out there, Kev?
What, as far as the signs?
Well, just as far as it being a graphic of something that.
Well, yeah, they had a couple of those things. It was not on every sign, but they did have like maybe a Mickey peeking out from behind the signs. It was kind of neat. But I can't. I mean, to Charles' point, yeah, I do drive it a lot. I've driven it for a long, long time, and I do know that these purple, red, and yellow signs were a vast improvement over the old brown signs used to have.
Oh yeah, I remember the brown signs.
Yeah, you remember the brown signs? Which are pretty much, it's pretty standard. Like if you go into a national park or anything else like that, that's the type of signs that they used to have in their park. You know, it was very blah, very boring, blended in with the landscape.
Yeah, that.
And then I remember in the 90s when I first drove in, I was like, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is, you know, it's like colors everywhere. It was like, it just exploded in my eyes and just like, this is great. And so that became iconic of me being on properties when things change. You know, it's not of the normal world. Am I sad about this sign, this color change? I'm a little bit. I'm bummed. To Danny's point, yeah. Because I mean, most of my growing up life, at least times when I've been able to afford going to Disney life on my own, it has been with those signs, and I always found that to be very indicative. I knew when I was on property when I see those things, and including the buses too. I remember the buses had a similar color palette, and of course you can see the buses now. They got 10 million different color palettes. They haven't really chosen one yet.
Right.
Those are a lot of fun. The purple, red, and yellow were a lot of fun. We even designed our business cards for Magic Our Way.
Yes,
with the same color palette design, and now they're kind of going with this more, I guess, the blues
Basic.
and the yellows. Kind of, you know, it's not as bad as the browns, I would say, but it's definitely not as vibrant as a purple, red, and yellow.
It's not as visually eye-catching, appealing, stunning, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
I mean, the old signs, they had vinylmations, they had pins, they had toys that used them, I mean, like where they actually used design, like cell phone cases and that kind of thing, where they use that road sign because it's such an iconic look. And it just seems like if you're gonna why not do like they do in Disneyland and pay some homage to the tradition of it and just update it using that exact same color palette, but
like a purple, red,
yellow, richer,
right? But like
shades,
even maybe a little bit more subdued, maybe not as bright, maybe a little just like why not do that? Why not advance what was there and kind of honor what was there? Why just come up with this? I mean, again, as you said, it's not going to affect your enjoyment of the parks one iota, but it is going to be a little less magical driving on.
Yeah, it does make it look a little more basic.
It's more chill.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Before it's like, yes!
Yes,
now it's like,
back.
yeah, man. I'm on property now.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Not mad. I'm not mad about it, but yeah, I don't really.
You can't get mad at it because it's so calming.
It's gonna happen anyway,
It's
man.
chill,
It's just go there, man. It's a sign,
sign.
man. It's a sign that
That's what always like ticks me off about people who the old people complaining about stuff like that. Yeah, y'all too locked into my Disney, this, that, and the other. And it's like it's not that. It's like again, I can have. I'm capable of more than two emotions. It's never just upset or loving it. There's various little things in there, and when it comes to nostalgia for what it was that you grew up with, I mean, that's what Disney sells is nostalgia. The whole idea of come here with your family and it's a generational thing and experience these same rides over again. And that is part of what you're buying when you go to Disney is recapturing your childhood to an extent. I mean, it's okay to be nostalgic for this kind of stuff, but it's not okay to go crazy over this.
Yeah, it's not that.
To Lee's original point, it's not exactly signs of the apocalypse.
Yeah,
literally.
The color scheme on the castle right now. It seems like maybe they're synergizing all that throughout property and trying to get that color scheme all around, just kind of tie things together.
Okay,
I'm just guessing. I'm not too sure.
Does
that? I mean,
but then they would have to change that sign again after the 50th celebration. So I don't think they would go a year from now and then change the signs back to something else or change them to a different. Yeah, I'm saying like if this is supposed to coincide with the 50th anniversary color palette, then after the 50th anniversary, you just leave it, or do you?
Oh, they're not getting rid of that.
Yeah, I don't think they're repainting the castle. I think the castle you're getting right now, that's it.
Yeah, they're just going to remove.
This is new and improved.
Yeah, that's the color sign.
My Lego set is outdated.
Oh man, look at that.
Yeah, I know.
I remember that castle.
I mean, but look, that was an example of something. That was my only critique of that. Was like, oh man, I need a new Lego set. That color change didn't bother me all that much. But
not too bad.
Yeah.
And we want to just take a second and thank our lovely Patreon supporters. There they are. And look, if you want to up your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way. There you'll find awesome tiers from which you can choose from to help support the Magic Our Way podcast. Again, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way.